Hi, Erica Boucher here. In this video, I want to take you through a simple but effective 30-minute self-care yoga practice that you can practice in the morning to set the tone for your day. You could do this at the end of your workday or at night to help you unwind before going to bed, or really any time you're feeling tense or stressed in any way. So let's go ahead and start by finding a comfortable seat. Sitting in a comfortable cross-legged position. Close your eyes and let's begin the journey inward. Notice how you're breathing naturally without changing anything yet. Just notice the quality of your breathing. And now let's start to breathe with much more intention. So let's start to invite the breath deep into the belly and then into your ribs and all the way up into your chest. And then exhale from your chest and then your ribs and then your belly, pulling your navel in towards your spine, really emptying on that out breath. Inhale, belly, ribs, and chest. Exhale, chest, ribs, and belly. Continue to breathe this way, letting the breath get even deeper, even longer, even richer. So for now, we're simply breathing. Long, deep breathing has a very balancing effect on the central nervous system. So even if we did nothing but breathe deeply like this for the next 30 minutes, that would be enough to dramatically change the way you feel. But to make this even more effective, we're going to combine this long, deep breathing with some conscious movement and have ourselves a little bit of a moving meditation. But first, we want to establish this deep, full, rhythmic breath and let the breath be the center of the practice. Let it be the very anchor for your practice. So again, with your eyes closed, continue to breathe deeply. And now taking just a moment, place your left hand over the center of your chest. Place your right hand on top of your left hand. Take a moment, bow to your own heart. And begin the journey from your head down into your heart. Making the transition from your thinking mind into your feeling heart. So this is where we begin to think less and feel more. And as we breathe and as we move, we will allow this emotional energy to move through us. Unclogged, unstuck. Good. On your next in-breath now, draw the arms back, hug your shoulder blades together, expand across your chest as you lift your heart toward the sky. And as you exhale, rounding your back, palms together, fingers pressing forward. Inhale, up and back. Exhale, round. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhaling. Now bring your fingertips onto the mat behind you. Fingers pointing away from your body. Hug your shoulder blades together and lift your heart toward the sky. Opening your throat. Let's do some deep breathing here. Just offering any heaviness that's been weighing your heart down. Offering it up to the sky. Just offering it up and feeling yourself letting go. Getting lighter, getting freer. Good. And then slowly releasing, hands back on your knees. And we're going to roll forward onto all fours, coming into table. So hands are shoulder width apart, right underneath the shoulders. Knees are hip width apart, right underneath the hips, creating a tabletop with the back. Now as you inhale, let your navel and your heart sink toward the earth and lift both ends of your spine, getting a stretch in your belly. And then as you exhale, tuck your tailbone, tuck the chin, lift and round your back, pull your navel in toward your spine. Inhaling up, feeling the stretch in the front body. Exhale, rounding. Keep moving with the breath and feel your spine warming up. All the muscles along your spine are warming up. Your spine is getting more and more supple, flexible. And maybe you start to feel your movements getting a little bit more dynamic as your body warms up. So the spine houses the central nervous system, a big part of the central nervous system, all up and down the spine. And when we start to build up tension along the spine, anywhere along the spine, we start to block emotional energy and basically life energy. We just block our energy from flowing freely. So by moving and loosening up the spine, we are allowing energy to flow again. Anything you can do to help move energy along the spine is going to serve you and your life. Okay, so let's come back to neutral. Take another deep breath. And as you inhale now, wagging your tail all the way over to the left. So moving your hips to the left, bring your left shoulder toward your left hip. So as you are shortening and compressing the left side of your body, feel the length and the space that you're creating in the right side of your body. Good, inhale back to center, exhale over to the other side. So wag your tail over to the right, right shoulder towards your right hip. We tend to store a lot of emotional energy in the side body here. So this is a wonderful way to start freeing some of that. Good, inhale back to center, exhale again, other side. Inhale center, exhale other side. Good, now we're going to start to move the hips in a full circle. And let the rib cage follow organically, the way that it wants to. Just focus on moving your hips in a circle. And feel that movement move all the way up your spine, into your rib cage. Maybe you feel it up into your shoulders. Just creating some fluidity. Good. And then move the hips in the other direction. Good. Now just let each movement be an exploration. Don't worry too much about whether you're doing it right or whether it looks like what I'm doing. It's really just an exploration of your body, moving in your body in an exploratory way as you gain some new awareness of yourself. So maybe that's the intention for this practice, is that by the time this practice is over, you will know something new about yourself. Good. Okay, so come back to center. Take a few breaths and see if you can already feel a little more energy along the spine. Now, walking the hands forward, go ahead and tilt your pelvis forward and let your heart sink toward the earth. Go just far enough to get a good stretch in the shoulders. If you have a block, a yoga block, you could always put that underneath your forehead, or you could put your forehead on the mat. Or if you're really flexible in the shoulders, you can bring your chin to the mat. But you want to find that perfect stretch for your shoulders, one that honors your body. Always honor your body. Never force yourself into something you're not yet ready for. So breathing into this, whatever version of this you're doing. Breathing deeply here. Feel the shoulders releasing, opening. And then inhale, lift the shoulders, walk your hands back in line with your shoulders. Good. And on your next in-breath, step your right foot forward. Make sure that right foot is flat on the mat. Your knee is right over your ankle. Good. And as you sink into the hips, lift the heart, shoulders move back and down. Breathing into this here. Good. And as you get a little more stable through the lower body, you can lift the upper body, shoulders stacking over the hips. Interlace your fingers behind your back. Take your shoulder blades back and down and lift your heart even more. So this is also requiring some balance, right? Breathing. Good, and then slowly release. Placing your hands on the mat. Let's press the hips back. Pull up on the toes and lengthen forward. And just find that perfect stretch in that right leg. So whatever it feels like for you, the knee could be bent quite a bit, or the leg could be a little straighter, whatever works for you. Breathe into this. Sustaining the stretch long enough for something to happen, for your body to make its little subtle adjustments as it figures things out. We simply find the edge in the stretch and breathe into it. Breathe into that edge, and then the breath does all the work. Good. Come back into your low lunge. And then with your left hand on the mat or on a block, if you have one, place your right hand on your right thigh and let's twist to the right, looking up. And you can reach up. Draw both shoulders down your back, exploring a twist. If it's comfortable for your neck, you can look up past your thumb, or you can look down, or you can look straight ahead. So breathe into this. Keep the shoulders moving down your back, towards your hips and away from your ears. If you want more of a challenge, you could always lift the back knee. Entirely optional. Good. Inhale, deep breath. Exhale, let's lower the hands to the mat. Once again, press the hips back, pull up on the toes, and press your heart forward as you draw the shoulders down your back. Breathe into this. Nice deep breathing. Good. Come back into your low lunge, and then let's step that right foot back. Take a moment, feel the difference between your two sides. And on your next in-breath, step your left foot forward. Again, foot is flat, knee lines up over your ankle, over your heel. And as you sink into the hips, lift the heart, shoulders relax down your back. And this in and of itself should really feel like a good stretch in the hips, a good opening in the hips. And we also store a lot of emotional energy in the hips, especially around relationships. So if you find tension in the hips, just take some time here and breathe into it. You can always pause this video and give yourself a little more time if you feel like this is beneficial to you. Now, lifting the upper body, draw the shoulders back in line with the hips. Let's interlace the fingers behind the back. Once again, lift the heart, draw the shoulders back and down. Breathe deeply. So keep sinking into the hips, lifting the heart. Breathe. You can look up, you can look forward, whatever feels best on your neck. Good, and then slowly release the hands back onto the mat. And then press the hips back, pull up on the toes, lengthen forward. Draw the shoulders back as you press your heart forward. Nice deep breathing. Good. And then go ahead and place that left foot flat. And with your right hand on the mat, bring your left hand to your left thigh, left knee, and we're going to twist to the left. You can reach that left arm up, draw both shoulders down the back as you expand across the chest. Create lots of space between your shoulders and your ears so you can free up your neck. Breathing into this. So the spine moves in 6 directions: forward bends, back bends, side bends, and twists from left to right. So we've already moved the spine now officially in all 6 directions. So just continue breathing here. Your spine is going to thank you. And again, if it's good for your spine, it's good for your nervous system. If it's good for your nervous system, it's good for how you think and feel, right? It's going to affect you on all levels in the best possible way. Remember, if you want more, you can always lift that back knee, make it a little more challenging. Good. Go ahead and lower that knee. Inhale, deep breath. Exhale, both hands to the mat. Let's press the hips back, pull up on the toes, and lengthen forward. Good. Coming back into your low lunge. And let's step that left foot back. And we're going to bring the feet together and the knees wide. Sit back on your heels. And then from here, with your hips as close to your heels as possible, bringing the elbows as wide as your mat, you can place either one fist on top of the other and rest your forehead, or you can place your hands flat if that's comfortable. You want to make sure your hips are as close to your heels as possible, that your neck is relaxed. Let your forehead rest. Close your eyes and deeply breathe. This is child's pose. So stay in child's pose as I tell you a little bit about it and why it's so beneficial. Child's pose is a wonderful way to get grounded. So as you're breathing here in child's pose, feel your connection to Mother Earth. Just feel the support of the earth beneath you. Let pour off of your shoulders anything you've been carrying around that you no longer need, any weight that's been weighing you down. Just let it roll off your back. It's also a wonderful opportunity to rest and recover. So in between some of the more challenging yoga poses, Child's Pose helps us rest and recover so that we can integrate everything that's just happened. But this also applies in life. If you're feeling stressed or challenged, you can come into Child's Pose at any time and take 5 minutes to do some long, deep breathing. It's going to help to center you. So you're going to get grounded, you're going to get centered. It's a wonderful way of practicing self-care. Check it out for yourself and you'll start to immediately see the benefits of it. So in Child's Pose, practicing some nice, long, deep breathing. And feel your heart softening. Softening to the earth below, softening to the sky above. Good. So now we're going to sit tall, bring the legs forward, and come into a comfortable cross-legged position. So whatever version of this feels best for you. So get into a very comfortable cross-legged position, rolling the shoulders back and down. Bring your arms out by your sides, fingertips touching the mat. Again, take the shoulders back and down to open up across your chest. And as you inhale, lift your chin to the sky, open your throat. And on your next out breath, tucking your chin, just let the weight of your head create a nice stretch in the back of the neck. You might even feel it down into the middle of your back. You don't have to force anything here. Just, like I said, let the weight of your head create the stretch. Inhale, come back to a neutral spine. And as you exhale, lower your left ear towards your left shoulder. Again, letting the weight of your head create the stretch. And let the neck be like the release valve. So we've moved a lot of energy. We've stretched the legs and the hips. We've loosened up the spine. We've opened up the shoulders. So now we want to make sure that energy has an outlet. So the outlet is the out breath, exhaling that energy out, anything you no longer need, but also let the neck be the release valve so that tension doesn't get stuck and stored there. Good. Inhale back to center. Exhale to the other side. Good. Keeping the shoulders relaxed here. So try not to hug them up by your ears. Drop them down away from your ears. Good. Inhale back to center. And then turn and look over your left shoulder as if you're trying to look at something. It's just down the middle of your back. Still breathing. Inhale back to center. Exhale over to the other side. Good. And then come back to center. Now, let's bring the legs out in front of us. Just kind of shake things out. Rocking back and forth. Get nice and stable through your sits bones. And inhale, let's bring the arms out and up. And as you exhale, hinge forward. Go just as far as you comfortably can. It may not be very far, and that's fine. And then you're going to relax into a very passive forward bend. So it's okay for your back to round. Your elbows are bent. Your palms are facing up. You're not pulling on anything. This is just a passive forward bend. And breathe into the back of your body. And if you hold this stretch long enough and you breathe into it, you might actually feel your body releasing more and more. Good. Inhale, rolling up. We're going to bend the knees. Slowly come onto our backs and hug the knees in close. Gently rocking from side to side. Good. Just massaging out your spine. Good. And then with your arms out wide at shoulder level, inhale, deep breath. And as you exhale, lower your legs all the way to the right. Keep that left shoulder blade on the mat. So if you need to, you could always put a pillow or a block between your knees or under your knees. Try to keep that left shoulder blade on the mat. And then you can close your eyes and breathe deeply. Letting gravity and the breath do all the work here. Give yourself permission to relax here. Remember that spinal twists are so balancing for the central nervous system, very calming. Think of it like wringing out a dish towel, right? You're wringing tension out of the nervous system, out of your body. Your abdominal organs are getting a wonderful massage. As you inhale, roll back onto your back. You can place your feet flat for a moment. Just take a few breaths, letting your spine neutralize. And then inhale, draw the knees in towards your chest. As you exhale, lower your legs to the left. You can turn your head to the right or you can look up, whatever feels best. And then simply close your eyes and breathe deeply. Letting the breath work its magic. Good. On your next big in-breath, roll back onto your back. Place your feet flat. Let everything neutralize. Inhale, take a deep breath. As you exhale, hug your knees in close. Bring your nose toward your knees, shoulders relaxed. And then relaxing your upper body. Straighten and relax your legs. Let your feet be as wide as your mat. And let your feet fall out to the sides as you relax your legs all the way up into your hips. So you can wiggle around a little bit, get nice and loose and comfortable through the lower body. Let your arms roll out by your sides, palms facing up. Tuck your shoulder blades up under your rib cage to support your heart. And it also helps to create lots of space between your shoulders and your ears. Roll your head gently from side to side 2 or 3 times. Make sure your neck is nice and relaxed. Then close your eyes and feel yourself letting go. Feel yourself letting go. Integrating and enjoying all the benefits of your practice. And this is a wonderful time to listen to the guided meditation that I created to go along with this yoga practice. Or you can simply relax here in Shavasana, this final resting pose that we're in right now. You can stay here for as long as this feels good to you. Thank you so much for joining me for this practice, and I want to honor you for taking the time to do this for yourself. I hope you got exactly what you needed out of this video, and I hope you'll practice this more than once. In fact, I hope you'll practice this many, many times. So until next time, namaste.